After about a decade of the convenience, I think people are ready to start collecting again.
John Michaels, we're on the road today here at Sonic Rainbow. We've got Record Store Day coming up this weekend. We wanted to find out some of the stuff that Sonic Rainbow is going to be carrying for you. So we're talking to my man, Brandon Tremolo Schulte. How you doing today, man?
Doing well. How about you?
I'm doing fine. I appreciate you taking the time to join us here.
It's good to see you guys.
Record Store Day, big day.
Yeah.
It's really a huge day.
Yeah, it is a huge day for us.
All right, Brandon, so you mentioned Wyoming artists.
Yep.
What kind of artists will you carry for Record Store Day this year?
So for Wyoming artists, we'll have most of the stuff that I have here in stock right now. I've still got a few pieces that are left over from One-Legged Pup Records out of out of Laramie, which is an old heritage label. It's existed since the early 90s. It's put out really crazy avant-garde stuff and a lot of punk rock and things like that. That's a lot of the music that we try to curate. We try to dig a little bit deeper and try to put out music from Wyoming that maybe doesn't sound like you would imagine in your head would actually be here.
Vinyl outsold some of the streaming services this year for the first time. What do you attribute that to?
I think that after now we've gone for about a decade of music moving from physical medium to more of an abstract kind of a thing where the music that you listen to comes from the giant brain in the sky and you click into a keyboard and it just goes. After about a decade of the convenience, I think people are ready to start collecting again. I have no problem with the internet. I have no problem with streaming. I have no problem with that's a very, very useful tool for me to check out a band and see if I like them.
Yes.
The minute that I know that I like them, I gotta have it. I gotta hold it in my hands. I want to read the liner notes.
Yes.
I want to touch it. I want to make it not an abstract thing. I want to pull that chariot down from the sky and make it real. Have it be a tangible thing that I can hold in my hands. I think that's part of the resurgence and popularity of vinyl too, is that, CD, the cover art is 4 inches by 4 inches.
Yes.
On an LP,
Yes.
that's 12 inches by 12 inches.
Yes.
If it's a cool album cover, you want the big picture, don't you? You don't want the little one. You want the... And with things like colored vinyl and different sort of things like that, you never know when you buy a brand new record that just came out on Tuesday and you cut it open for the first time. There's a good chance it might just be a piece of black wax in there. There's a good chance it's see-through, clear with
Yes.
blood splatter in through it, and just really, really unique, interesting things. I think that's another thing that's kind of starting to drive what's becoming a burgeoning renaissance in cassette tapes. I think it's rooted in the same kind of a way. People want to hold something physical in their hands. They want something cool that's different than everything else, so that not every piece that they hold is a standard thing, and tapes are cheap. We got a ton of live stuff that's going to happen. So we're going to have 4 or 5 artists perform here in the store in the afternoon. The artists that are going to perform here in the store are a little bit more stripped down, acoustic kind of things. We're going to have Steve Frame come here and play. We got a bunch of teenage kids in a punk band that's going to play, and their punk band is named something so awesome we can't talk about it on the radio. So we're going to do more of a stripped down acoustic kind of a vibe here in the store in the afternoon. But the Attic and the Wonder Bar were fantastic enough to let us throw a big party up in the attic afterwards. So we'll have some stoner riff rock band that'll be playing. We're going to have kind of a reggae rock outfit, a hard blues kind of a thing. A really, really broad, eclectic range of people are going to be performing at the after party. And that's probably the thing I'm the most excited for this year. This is the first time we've thrown a big party like that after Record Store Day to really help celebrate. And it'll be, we love Record Store Day here at Sonic Rainbow, but it's an unbelievable amount of work that we got to put into it. So we're excited to finally have a thing where at the end of the day, we get to just lock the door, walk up the road, crack open a beer, and just watch the good stuff happen. And I'm so excited. And as handy as the internet and streaming and Amazon and all of those things, as handy and useful as they are, it's also kind of lonely. So much of what's great about music and having a passion for listening and for collecting is that there are other people you can share that passion with. And that's another huge part of what Record Store Day is get out of the living room, put some clothes on, get off the internet, and come down to a place where there are other people who love the same things that you do and share that passion and share that joy and share that intensity for collecting and stuff like that with other people that are around you. It makes it so much funner and so much more rewarding.
And speaking of, what time will you open on Saturday?
So we'll open our doors at 10 o'clock in the morning. We'll be open 10 to 6, just like our regular hours are. The last couple of years, the line gets started forming about 8:30, 9 o'clock in the morning. By the time I get here at 9 o'clock in the morning, there's usually a couple of dozen people that are already waiting in line. And again, I think that's another part of the, it's an old, in a culture that's so used to instant gratification.
Yes.
Sometimes it's kind of fun to have to stand outside in the cold and just wait, old-fashioned style.
Hopefully it won't be cold. Yeah. I appreciate the time, certainly.
Oh, my pleasure.
Getting a little bit, get some people in here. And once again, you're going to have a little party after you get
We
done?
sure are. Up at the music will start up at the attic about 6:30, 7 o'clock or so. It'll be a $5 cover charge or free if you have a receipt from coming here into the store and buying something on that Saturday afternoon. So everybody